I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and grew up in a household where my mother was there, my father wasn't there. Around about 2 years old, I got really sick because I was eating raw chicken and had to go to the hospital. And when I came back from the hospital, I guess DFACS was involved. Not too long after that, they took me from my mother. It's like my earliest traumatic experience that I can remember. And I still remember it to this day. Fast forward past all that, group home to group home, school to school. I just had a lot of moving and being numb to other people, being numb to friends. You know, what's the point of having friends if I'm going to move in the next 6 months to a year? About 5 different high schools, and if I'm not mistaken, about 4 different middle schools. It was interesting. I do remember having good and bad. I've been blessed to go to like Disney World and Universal Studios, do the school and stuff, but other than that, that was my childhood growing up. So I didn't smoke weed till about 21, but I remember smoking one time. I was about 17 years old. It's the last high school basketball game of the season. They had rolled up some joints. I hit one, went out there, and I think I dropped about 30, 40 points. Other than that, I didn't grow up really drinking or, doing drugs, but as I started working in the club scene, that's when I got introduced more to like the Zaza and all those things, You can't wake up without smoking a blunt. Working in the clubs, seeing liquor all the time and being around it, I really didn't get pulled into it, but smoking weed definitely was a major, almost every day of the week deal. And I most definitely know now that it had a little hold on me. It may have not been as dramatic as other people, but it definitely had a hold on me. It was a to-do thing. It was like a checklist that had to be checked off every day. So I knew I needed help. When I got charged with aggravated assault while on probation, on parole, and then probation. My situation was kind of, I wouldn't say unique, but unique to the sense I couldn't parole out to a house, a home, an apartment, a baby mama, things of that nature. I had to wait till a boarding house was available. When a boarding house was available, they told me, they said, well, Michael, it's not going to be in Atlanta or Marietta or Cobb or anywhere you know. It's going to be in Macon, Georgia. And I was like, what? I never even heard of Macon for real. So then I went there. Some people tried to rob me. I got, into it with the wrong people. When you seem like you have it all, or you may put on that mask that you got everything going on, people are gonna feel some type of way towards you. Issues happen. The devil attacked those that got purpose. It was meant for me to come to a better way, but at the same time, I had to go through that. So I got locked up for aggravated assault, stabs 2 people. One of them, the charges went away and got dismissed. And then the other person, who I'm still in limbo about the situation. It's pretty much how I got here. Got to court. Court told me, it was shocking. It's kind of odd, but the DA's advocate is who signed me up for this program. They signed me up for 3 different programs. One was a teen challenge, and the other one was like refuge for men type housing. I thought I was being smart by picking the 18-month program because how serious my charges was. And I thought it was unique how, looking back now, knowing the things I know, why would a DA, a person who's trying to convict you, sign you up for a program to help save your life? That's pretty much how I heard about A Better Way. And then later on in dorms, having that paperwork, the rules and regulations and stuff, I did some asking around, and some people said pretty amazing things about, A Better Way Ministries. All right, my first day at A Better Way Ministries. I remember it like it was yesterday. I hop out Bibb County Jail van, Sprinter van, chains on, anklets on, a paper suit. 2 officers, walked me to the front, had my little paperwork. They took the anklets off. They were like, "Hey, Big Mike, this looked like a nice place." And I looked around, seen the basketball court immediately. 3, 4 big houses in a row. A pool, clearly a pool. I never knew it was a saltwater pool, but a pool. Just a beautiful campus. The energy, even pulling up, looking out the window in the van, pulling up and seeing the statue, Jesus washing the feet. It was just a beautiful thing. And I will say now that I remember feeling the Spirit hit me. I may not have been as super in tune to it, but I felt it. The structure at A Better Way is unique. It's hard if you fight against it, but it's beneficial. There's rules and principles behind it, especially later on. You learn those things. They start to unveil themselves to you. That night, so I believe I got here Thursday or Friday, being able to come outside, a little free time here and there. But that next day, waking up at 4:45, quiet, you can hear crickets. You almost can hear the wind going across the ground. Those rules and regulations, the reverence, not talking before 8 o'clock, those things, they were different. They were difficult at first. But, if you're a grown man, it ain't hard for you to be quiet and really realize and grasp the situation of what you're trying to do. So if you want to talk to God and really get closer to God, and just the fact of how Jesus did this, once I learned that too, that kind of like embedded that into me. Okay, it's time for reverence. Let me get up, be quiet, pray, speak to the Father, read my Bible, devotional, and dig in. The Brotherhood at A Better Way Ministries. So I grew up in a gangbanging kind of environment and lifestyle, and brotherhood was important then. And I see that we wasn't really living right or acting right with it, but the brotherhood here is totally different. I don't even think anything really comes close to it. Caring for each other, never really letting nobody slip or get into their head. A lot of times we get into our head about things or feel some type of way about another person, but the brotherhood here taught me compassion. That's one of the things that I lacked. It taught me how to, if I really love somebody, I really care, and I'm really trying to walk this walk, I got to really dig in. I got to love each other, love my brothers, even when we don't see eye to eye. It don't need to be no problem behind it. It's just we don't see eye to eye. I still love you. I respect your opinion. I hope you respect mine. Another thing about the brotherhood that I love, the fact that while you're going through the program and even when you finish, majority of the guys that you see and know and meet, you tend to always wind up bumping back into them, iron sharpening iron. You tend to learn things from each other, and it's a beautiful thing to see that, to know that there's a group of men that serve God that will always be in contact with each other. So the Florida trip was one of, it is the best experience you're going to have at A Better Way Ministry, and I really liked it because, one, we're getting rebaptized, but two, like the group that you come in with, your class, I call it like the Better Way generation, your generation that you come in with. So I had some we all were kind of knuckleheads, but real solid guys. And we tend to have a lot of fun together. We ate together, grew more, not only just physically with each other, but spiritually. We knew more about each other. And I believe we all were humbled by the fact of seeing Brother John up before any of us. Even when we tried to get up before him, he got up, he was, already praying, already reading his devotion. He was always on top of that. And through the ministry, I tried my best to maintain that, to stay on top of getting up, getting in your devotion, really digging in, because it sets the tone for your day. Also, he had his family there, so it was awesome to kick it with his family and just see the real genuineness of this is what you're aiming for. This is what the example that it looks like in flesh. I believe me and a couple other guys, we decided we were going to be brave and swim out about 2.5 miles out in the water. It was a fun experience. I probably never been that far out in water. Tried to get in a kayak with a hole at it. That didn't work. It was a magical thing, very spiritual, very engaging. Then we had a brother that had passed while we were there, just to sit back and realize it. And I had a homeboy there, a best friend, a brother, that he didn't want to get baptized at first. And just the situation happening with a brother passing, and then Brother John really like breaking it down to the lowest common denominator of why you're becoming a Christian. Why are you getting baptized? Why are you announcing? This is the reason why you're announcing it to the world. Hey, look, I'm living for Christ. I'm a new creation. I feel like that was another pivotal moment in the trip. And it was an eye-opener too. You don't just have 18 months. You got, right now, you need to do whatever you got to do, you got to do it now. Pick up your cross right now. Bury your old self right now and live for Him. So it was a major thing for me. All right, A Better Way has done for me more than I could ever do for myself. And when I say that, I mean on my own strength. I'm 6'6", 300 plus pounds. My own strength wasn't ever enough. My own intelligence wasn't ever enough. My diluted, manipulated thought process wasn't enough to help me get on my feet, get one with Jesus, get on one accord with God and His principles, learning to be compassionate with others, especially in the leadership program. It's crazy because a lot of guys either don't want to do it or feel like it's just, you want me to be a cop. But then when you really realize that you have the chance to help the next man. You have a chance to help a newer guy or a guy who's struggling with something that you've already beaten. So I can help him and give him this tool. Everybody don't have, a drill, automatic drill in their bag, in their tool bag. And you just might have it. You just might have what that person needs that day. Also, just setting the tone. We got a saying in A Better Way, the standard. And to be living in that standard, walking right with Christ, repenting every day, daily, changing how you talk. A Better Way is help mold me, remold me with God, of course, but with God help remold and restructure me, restabilizing my mind, my thoughts, my principles. A lot of those have changed. It's a place where if I have a problem with somebody, who ever knew I'd be praying for you rather than wanting to punch you in the face or just stop talking to you and leave you alone. I'm gonna just let you be. But now it's like it's a beautiful thing. Not becoming a millstone to your brother. Instead of breaking somebody down, picking them up, speaking life. Don't speak death. Oh, you can't. No, there's no such thing as you can't. God got you in His will. And then it's a lot of principles. We had a lot of good speakers come through. A lot of great Saturday night chapels. Beautiful thing to be at A Better Way Ministries.